stop the madness. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Stop the Madness. I'm your host, The Kid Plot. Thank you so much for joining us once again. Of course, I'm here with my co-host, Isaac Cotto.
Yes, sir. Back in the building.
We back in the building after a couple of weeks.
Yes.
But we back for you guys. Make sure you like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment on the video, and help us get to 3,000 subscribers. We've been on our way for quite some time. Help us out. What are we talking about?
Hey, we've changed things up here a little bit. Last few weeks we've been on the relationship issues and there's a lot of hot topics, but we also do fitness stuff. And I happen to follow a few fitness females.
Yep.
Right. I'm a fan just like anybody else. I know.
Yeah, that's
you also.
Yeah, that's one of my friends too that we're about to talk about.
And we say, hey, let's start talking about relationships. And lo and behold, came this today and showed me this video, and I'm absolutely shocked.
Yeah.
Let's take a look.
Gloria Zamora. On June 24th, Zamora's family tells NBC Los Angeles that the 40-year-old and her business partner Hector Garduno were shot outside a Southern California restaurant and later died in the hospital. The families tell the outlet that the two met to discuss a new project at a sushi restaurant in Fontana when they were shot in the parking lot. Authorities identified the shooter as Zamora's estranged husband, Thomas Alberto Tamaya Lizarraga, who was later killed by a sheriff's deputy after the officer heard the initial gunfire. In a fundraiser post, Zamora's daughter, Jaslyn Zamora, commemorates her mother's life, writing, "My mom was senselessly taken from us. She was murdered by my stepdad, Tomas, in an act of unimaginable violence. She leaves behind 7 beautiful children, ages 8 to 24, who are now facing a future without our mother's warmth, guidance, and unconditional love." And Jaslyn goes on to acknowledge her mom's place in the fitness world, as well as inspiring mothers through her platform and life. Adding, "My mom was more than just a mother. She was a light in her community. She uplifted and inspired countless women, reminding them of their worth, their strength, and their potential." Jaslyn concludes her message with, "Her courage, kindness, and determination touched the lives of everyone who knew her." Gloria Zamora was 40 years old.
Crazy.
That's really crazy.
Crazy. They said it was her business partner, but who knows, right? They said she had 7 kids, but if you go on her Instagram, it says mama's 6.
Mama's
so,
6, right.
But just imagine you're going on a date, you're like, okay, she's separated, she's going to a divorce, yeah, she got kids. Let's go have dinner at a nice little sushi spot.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. Like, it's crazy. It's even more crazy for me because I actually had a friendship with her. I met her on social media. We started following each other over a year ago. It was around February 2024. So we've communicated for a long time now through messages. We spoke on the phone. So we've been very, very cordial, very cool people. So for me to hear this news, I hadn't spoken to her probably in about 5 or 6 months. So to hear these news, it's like, damn, that's crazy.
Bro, it's crazy. I follow her on Instagram. I would see her videos and, doing her fitness thing. Of course, because you told me, when you think like, damn, that's a mom of 6.
Yeah.
And, but that's besides the point. It's just, I'm just saying, like, the act of violence of you're going through a divorce and for whatever reason, I think he's the dad of few of the kids, not probably all the kids, but you're going to go kill your children's mother.
Yep.
You already know your life is over when you can make that decision. And the dude he killed got 4 kids.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Like,
so let me ask you this. So what is it? What do you think happened? Like, why do you think he did that? Do you think it was a jealousy thing? Like, what level of crazy do you have to be in your opinion, or if any? Like, what do you think is the deal?
Look, I saw real quick that she had done a podcast, just looking up the story. She had done a podcast where she was talking about the relationship and how, he put her down and basically talking, shit about the guy. That might have been it. Maybe that could have crossed the line. I don't, did he follow her that much that he became aware of the podcast that she did? But to take that step, it's just, I can't understand it. I mean, it's not a normal person's reaction. There's always that thought of like, if I can't have her, nobody can have her kind of thing.
Yeah.
but I think it's senseless.
Yes, I think it's extremely senseless, especially for you to premeditate this whole scenario of what you were going to do, because you obviously knew where she was at. You knew that she was with the dude she was dating, and then you go up in there and kill both of them. Obviously, you were decided. Whatever happens to me, happens to me.
Yeah,
I'm coming for these fools.
I'm going to jail the rest of my life, or he might have planned on killing himself afterwards in his car. Right, that happens a lot. But it happened. There was a off-duty sheriff in the area, saw him. He got shot, killed right there, and now these kids lose out on both parents. I mean, it's just so crazy, and it just goes to show you. You think you're just going on a normal date.
Yep.
You know. Maybe you hear half the story. Oh, we're separated. No, we really don't talk. Whatever. Yeah. You're only getting half the info. Dang. But man, that's so crazy.
Well, you only get half the info because the great majority of times, most people don't react this way. Like if you got an ex-husband, maybe he might get upset, come around and try to fight you. He might try to make a scene, but you're not. It's very unlikely that an ex-husband is going to come and try to murder you because you're seeing someone else now that you're separated. That normally is not what happens. Obviously, it has maybe happened before, but it's not a common thing.
No, for sure. Like I remember I had a time when I was single and I was dating someone, and someone calls me, and it's her ex. I don't know how you got my number, and but I was like, bro, there's nothing you can do about it. Like. You're wasting your time calling me. You talking to the wrong person. But if she comes to the crib, I'm just letting you know right now. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing you can do about it. I'm gonna finish watching this game, and she'll be over in a few hours. Damn. You know what I mean? Like, like, but you don't care. You don't care. Yeah, but that's crazy. A scenario where I could have put myself in the situation where someone pulls up. You just never know, right? And that's looking. You see the scenario, and I think back to my ignorance. That was just pure ignorance, versus just hanging up the phone and not responding at all. Pure ignorance. But for me to antagonize the person, like, yeah, bro, I'm gonna be working later on tonight
because because you never know to what extent someone will go, and then all of a sudden you got an unwanted headache.
Oh,
to the point where you have to defend yourself if you're even able to. Because what if you're sitting there at a random spot partying? Oh, he's in that club?
Yes.
Okay, I'll wait till he get off.
Or you know what I'm saying? You're just coming out of the restaurant. You just had 2 drinks, ate some sushi. Like, okay, leaving the restaurant. But someone pulls up on you. You have no idea.
But when that happened to you, were you in the nightlife?
No. I was at a UFC fight event at a friend's house.
What I'm saying is...
Nah, I wasn't really in the nightlife.
So you didn't work at the clubs or anything like that?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay, so you're already done with that.
Yeah. But it's just my initial reaction was like, I don't care. Like, I just didn't worry about it. I didn't have any fear about it. And I didn't even think... it's a certain level of immaturity, I guess. I just didn't even think like, oh, you know what? This might be real problems for me.
Right.
And you see the scenario and like, man.
Some people that
you just have no idea.
Like you said off camera, you said something about once he turned red or something like that.
Yeah. Well, sure. Once he turned off the car and put his hand on the handle and he had the pistol in his hand, you can't say anything at that point. It's a wrap. Like
you got to hope somebody intervenes forcefully.
Anyway, would you find yourself, I mean, not that extreme, any scenario where you would get violent over someone you've broken up with?
No.
Yeah, there's no jealousy.
Not now.
Not now.
When I was in my early 20s, I might have
said something.
Chirped. I might have chirped if it was somebody that I was just out of anger and immaturity and like, you left me for this dude, like
right.
because I'm stupid and young, but from 25 on, too much pride.
Yeah, I don't see a scenario where I would.
From 25 on, too much pride.
Yeah, but there's not.
But younger me, I've never done it, but if I'm being honest, I think younger me might have if it would have happened to me because I was a little hothead and I was a little like I snap easily and I was the type of person that, oh, you gonna do this to me? Okay.
Let me show you.
I'm going to make your life miserable. Even if I don't want you for real, it's just, you did, okay, that's what you left me for? I'm going to make it, that's how I used to be. I'm talking about 18, 19, 20, 21. But then, eventually you grow up.
Yeah, for sure. I don't see a scenario where I would ever do that. Like,
That's good.
yeah. Anyway, let us know what y'all think. Hey, comment below. Make sure you subscribe, and we see y'all soon. Hey, be safe out there. Don't mess
Peace.
around with men.